Live, late-breaking, investigative. This is CBS 5 Morning News.
6:37, and we've been talking about all the Super Bowl fun, but it wasn't just about the game. A lot of people still talking about the commercials. That's one of the things they tune in for, right?
Every single year, you really never leave until, until after the game, because you want to watch halftime, you want to watch the commercials, and obviously you want to watch the game. Roger Hurni is here now this morning off of Madison Avenue. Thanks, Roger, for joining us.
No problem
You're the
whatsoever.
expert. How did this go down? We talked about the game. What about the commercials?
Well, it's a sad day when the advertising guy likes the game better than the commercials.
All right.
What happened?
Overall this year, I think a lot of advertisers just sort of phoned it in. Most of the spots were pretty bad, and but there were a few real gem highlights. Certainly the Anheuser-Busch, the dog training the horse, Rocky kind of thing.
That was my favorite.
It's going to be a highlight. It's got a great emotional appeal, so everyone's going to love that sort of thing.
What was this one here?
Federal Express did a great job too.
Oh, this one was the Coke one, right? They're all.
Yeah, Coke did a pretty good job. I think the parade spot was a lot better than this one, but yeah, it's really nice to see all the celebrities come out this year. Dancing with the Stars won't have any problems whatsoever. trying to find people.
Yeah, Coke can unite them. Well, we'll see how that goes. But here was the Diet Pepsi one.
Yeah, this is the one.
Falling asleep.
Chris Kattan at the end.
Yeah, what I really felt about this one was that. I don't think this really worked all that well. I didn't find it all that engaging because it didn't go anywhere. It just felt like an idea that had come and had gone years ago.
Well, usually they spend a lot of money, and I mean, remember the graphic one? Was it Coke last year, and they did the animation and everything like that? You could tell a lot of money and time was put into those. These are kind of just.
Well, a lot of money was put into this just because of the amount of people in the spots. But you really want the Super Bowl commercials to sort of rise to a different level during the game, and a lot of them were just a couple of people and the kind of commercials that you might see sort of every day. When you look at the Anheuser-Busch spot with the dog, or you look at the Coke spot, or you look at some of the ones that were really heavily involved, they brought their game to a completely different level.
But the majority of them look like it could be any given,
Sadly.
June 5th, the commercial you see.
Sadly, it looked like regular season.
There you go. There you go.
$2.5 million for 30 seconds.
90 seconds, $90,000 a second? Yeah, $90,000 a second.
Unbelievable. You're like, hey, at least they made some money off of this thing, right?
Yeah, it was a good day overall, though.
Playing the ad game. Roger, thanks for joining us.
No problem.
Thanks for coming in this morning, and maybe next year we'll get some better commercials.
Maybe it'll
I'm
rebound.
hoping so.
We'll rebound. Okay.
At least we had a good game to watch.
We did. Had a great game.
Thanks a lot. It is 6:40, and coming up next.
You're watching ABC 15 HD. ABC 15 Daybreak starts now.
Hey, everybody, 6:52 on this Monday morning. The Super Bowl, well, it usually means super ads. This morning we're taking a look at some of the ads aired during yesterday's game, and joining us this morning to analyze these ads and compare our picks, we have the CCO, right? Chief Creative Officer, what a great title, of a public relations firm here in the Valley, Bob Case. All right, so first of all, I know you were at a party yesterday watching the Super Bowl.
Right.
But I'm sure you were kind of working a bit as well because you're watching and analyzing these commercials. Not fun. But was it fun?
Being made fun of a little bit for taking notes on my phone, so yeah.
Okay, so tell me, when you're watching stuff like this, what really stands out in your mind as a success or as a failure?
There's two ways that I end up looking at it. One would be, from an advertising perspective, executionally and things like that. And the other is just looking and seeing how people react. Our friends are all just regular folks. Nobody's in advertising. And so the spots that get the best reactions are probably the ones that are the best spots. But there's also ones I like that I look at that are just executionally really well done.
Bob, we're going to start with one. It's a Bridgestone commercial. You probably saw it. It's kind of got those silly, screaming animals. Let's take a look. Now, the whole studio is kind of chuckling a little bit. Did it pull off a success?
Oh, yeah. It's one of the few ones that actually has a true product benefit that's put right into the spot. And, it's very Monty Python to be laughing like that, so.
Yeah, I think I've had a few of those moments myself. Nothing died though, don't worry. Okay, now we're gonna switch gears. This was a really interesting tactic. It's that silent Pepsi commercial. And I actually was wondering, because I was getting up in my kitchen and doing something, did my TV shut off? Is something wrong? And I looked over and it was compelling. That's my opinion. We're gonna take a look and then we'll get yours. All right, so here they go. And basically, you can almost sense just the silence of it. It's different.
It's actually hard a lot of times to get a client to buy a spot like that because if somebody's in the kitchen or not paying attention, you have that sense that there's something wrong or else they're just not hearing your message.
Right.
But it also is a really good way to break through because it definitely pulls your attention as you come back.
Gutsy move.
Yeah.
Do you think they won?
I do. I actually thought that was a pretty good spot.
Okay, give me your worst spot from yesterday.
Sadly, I think that the GoDaddy to me was a little bit disappointing.
Local company.
They've done really great things in the past where they've had great PR pushes that tell you about these spots that can't be aired. And I think that they could have just gone a little bit farther with the spot that actually did air to get you to the website. Okay. But as far as strategy went, extremely smart.
Yeah, way to win them back over there.
Sorry about that.
All right, if you're curious and you want to take a look at all of the Super Bowl ads in their entirety, you can log on to our website, abc15.com, and click on 15 links. We've made it very easy for you. Rebecca?
All right, Jen.